Can you believe it's already March of 2024? The new year in gaming is in full swing, with the first few months having delivered some incredible titles. But the best is yet to come. As we look ahead at the remainder of the year, which forthcoming releases have us most impatiently watching the calendar? Well, get comfortable, because we're revealing our picks for the top 10 most anticipated video game releases of 2024. These are the shiniest gems we have our eyes locked onto for this year. And make sure to stick around until the very end, because we have a special bonus reveal, an 11th game that could shape up to be a real showstopper in 2024. Number 10. Alone in the Dark. Kicking off our list is a reboot of the classic 1992 survival horror game, Alone in the Dark. This Southern Gothic tale follows Edward Canby, a paranormal investigator played by Stranger Things star David Harbour, as he explores a haunted mansion in the 1920s. With its creepy atmosphere and focus on puzzle solving and exploration over combat, Alone in the Dark is bringing back the tense, slow-burn horror that defined the genre's early days. And with dedicated fans waiting over a decade for a new entry, we can't wait to get our hands on this one. Coming March 20 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Number 9. Destiny 2: The Final Shape. 4 years after its initial release, Destiny 2 is finally coming to a close with its final expansion, The Final Shape. Players can look forward to wrapping up storylines, taking on new threats, and unlocking new super abilities for their guardians. As one of the premier loot shooter franchises around, we're excited to jump back into Destiny 2 and see how Bungie decides to wrap up this saga. With intense raids, flashy new supers, and presumably epic loot to chase, The Final Shape is shaping up to be a must-play for fans. Launching June 4 on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Number 8. Black Myth: Wukong. Next up, we have Black Myth: Wukong, an action RPG that offers a dark, stylish take on the classic Chinese legend Journey to the West. Early trailers show off fast-paced, spectacle fighter-style combat against menacing demonic foes. As an indie developed exclusively for next-gen consoles and PCs, Black Myth is an ambitious that could give some AAA titles a run for their money. And with ancient China, such a ripe setting for combat and storytelling, we think Wukong has the potential to be a breakout hit in 2024. Releasing August 20 for PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Number 7. Angerfoot. If you ever thought to yourself that first-person shooters could use more kicking, then we have the game for you. Angerfoot puts you in the shoes, or rather, the boot, of a vigilante dishing out justice through the power of their own foot. With self-aware humor, vibrant pseudo-retro visuals, and over-the-top violence, this indie from the publisher behind titles like Hotline Miami looks like an absolute blast. Sometimes you just need to let off some steam by drop-kicking bad guys, like a Crocodile Man. Launch at some point in 2024 for PC. Number 6. Final Fantasy VII: Rebirth. It's impossible to leave out one of gaming's most iconic franchises, Final Fantasy. The second chapter of the Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, Final Fantasy VII: Rebirth, advances the story with updated visuals, combat changes, and more in-depth characterization. As the remake project started over 7 years ago, fans have been eager for the next chapter, and with Rebirth taking the story in new directions, by having Aerith play a more central role, there's a ton of buzz and speculation around where things go from here. Arriving February 29th on PS5. Number 5. Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma's expansive high fantasy world, filled with menacing beasts, captured people's imaginations over a decade ago. And now, the sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2, looks to deliver more of the addictive party-based combat and pawn system that made the original so compelling. With new classes to master, an even wider open world, and next-gen visuals, Dragon's Dogma 2 has the potential to take everything fans loved about the first game and dial it up to 11. We can't wait to gather our party and set off on an adventure when this one drops. Releasing March 22 on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Number 4. Braid Anniversary Edition. Some games stand the test of time so well that they never need sequels or remakes. But for art house puzzle platformer Braid, getting an Anniversary Edition 15 years later feels warranted. The new version retains the original game, while upgrading the visuals, sound, and feel. For those who missed Braid the first time, its clever time-bending puzzles, hidden secrets, and layered storytelling remain as compelling as ever. And this remake should make it more accessible for modern audiences to dive into a true indie classic. Launching April 30 on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PC, and even mobile for Netflix subscribers. Number 3. Auden Chronicle, 100 Heroes, a spiritual successor to the classic JRPG franchise Suikoden. Headed up by members of the original team, Auden Chronicle captures the essence of classic 16-bit role-playing games while modernizing and expanding on what made those games special. With 108 unique heroes to recruit, a sprawling story filled with political intrigue and exciting turn-based combat, Auden Chronicle aims to deliver everything JRPG fans could ask for. As a crowd-funded project created by industry veterans, the game shows tremendous promise, and we can't wait to play it. Releasing April 23 on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Also coming is Game Pass Day 1. Number 2, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, Remake. In second place, we have the remake of the beloved 2013 puzzle adventure game. The updated version features improved graphics, sound, and controls, as well as full co-op support, allowing 2 people to control each other simultaneously. The emotional, wordless story still holds up beautifully nearly a decade later, and being able to play cooperatively adds a fascinating new dynamic we're excited to experience. For those who missed this gem the first time, or just want to relive the magic, this remake looks incredibly promising. Launching Feb 28 on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Number 1, Princess Peach Showtime. And our most anticipated video game of 2024 is Princess Peach Showtime. Nintendo is finally giving Princess Peach the spotlight by making her the star of her own adventure game. Whether she's fighting with swords, baking cakes, or performing in musical theater, Peach has never been afraid to get her gloves dirty in the past. So seeing the Mushroom Kingdom's beloved monarch take center stage on a solo quest to save her show sounds incredibly fun and way overdue. With Nintendo's trademark charm and inventiveness, we have no doubt Showtime will be a bright, colorful must-play when it hits Switch this March. Over 30 years after her debut, we can't wait to see Princess Peach as the hero for once. Releasing on March 22 for the Nintendo Switch. Bonus game, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And as a bonus 11th most anticipated game, we have the upcoming Indiana Jones blockbuster, simply titled Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. In development by the team behind Wolfenstein, this globe-trotting action-adventure will feature a completely original Indiana Jones story focused on unraveling an ancient mystery. As massive fans of the iconic movie franchise, the cinematic potential here has us incredibly hyped. Machine Games has proven they can deliver outstanding first-person experiences. Combine that with the wit and charm of indie, and this could shape up to be a Game of the Year contender whenever it releases in 2024. Initial release slated for sometime in 2024 on Wikipedia. And those are our picks for the 10 most anticipated video games coming out in 2024. With epic sequels, creative new IPs, and reimaginings of classics next year is jam-packed with exciting releases across every genre. Whether you're a fan of pulse-pounding action, enchanting adventures, horrors, or puzzles, there's something amazing in store. We'll be counting down the days until we can get our hands on these incredible games. But in the meantime, let us know which 2024 titles you're most excited for.